on the water. Darren?
Oh, great day to be outdoors doing anything. Look at the time lapse over the last couple of hours here. Maybe a few high clouds showing up there, a lot more blue sky than we'd gotten used to, and got like a 4 or 5 degree warm up today from what you'd gotten used to as well. Not that you necessarily noticed that warm up just yet. By Thursday, you will. About daytime highs, some of our warmer inland spots are going to be nearing 70. I'm going to show you that coming up as well at the end of the forecast. First, let's get that wide view on the map again. Because in addition to the pretty time lapse we were just looking at with the high clouds, look out here. See all this stuff sitting out here off the coast? That is a wide blanket of marine layer. It's different than all this stuff over here. These are the high clouds we were watching streaming overhead, and you kind of see I'm standing in the middle of the bay. That is a blanket of good old-fashioned summer-like marine layer. And we're about to see that get pulled overhead. Kind of unique. Watch what happens on the high-resolution forecast. It's going to depict that cloud bank there, bring it into the bay, and overnight tonight and tomorrow morning, there's a chance here, just because of an odd setup in the atmosphere right now, we could get like a May gray start to the day. So a little bit of low cloud, a little bit of marine layer, maybe some patchy fog along the coast from this. By the middle of the day, it'll be gone, so it won't last long, but just don't be too surprised if you notice that tomorrow. Shouldn't have too big of an impact on tomorrow. We're pretty much going to stay right where we were today, so you'll be doing a lot of low 60s. Upper 50s in general, upper 50s to low 60s for many of our warmer locations. There's one other thing to look at on that map. And if we take a look at the coastline, once again, look at the blue strip. So National Weather Service has put out a beach hazard statement for tomorrow. And we've been dealing with a lot of high surf issues over the last few weeks. This one's different. This one has to do with sneaker waves. That's the situation where you'll be hanging out on the sand, family, friends, groups of people, and not suspecting anything out of the ordinary, and then a sneaker wave just won't make any sense at all. Will rush right up the beach like 3 or 4 times farther than any other wave had done for the last 20 minutes. Take a look at the imagery here. This is different than the big swells that broke piers or made Mavericks go off. We're not seeing big wave heights. We're going to look at this in a different way. Now we're looking at wave period, the amount of time in between the swells, and this is a particularly long one. It's like 20 seconds in between the swell. And that can lead to a situation back here on the floor map where you can get sneaker waves. So keep in mind on the coastline there, all those areas, that's basically our entire coast. If you plan on going to the beach tomorrow or even Tuesday, keep that in mind. All right, let's talk about Tuesday. It's going to be a bit windy, so come on back down here and we're going to get some of the forecast imagery in on this. What's about to happen over the next 2 days is we're going to miss out on a storm. Take a look up here. That's Sunday night. Watch the storm come in over the top and then slide down through Nevada. See it there with a little bit of rain and snow? It's really subtle. There's a little bit of a counterclockwise spin to it. But when you have a situation like that and these systems come in and they slide down, that's your inside slider, those can produce some pretty noticeable wind. It's going to be a bit breezy here for us on Tuesday morning, but it's not terribly impactful. Maybe a 30 to 40 mile an hour wind gust going through the mountains. But what this does on the bigger picture in terms of intense winds for Southern California is going to stand out. Watch that same storm here now in the wind field. Comes in, dives south, and then watch this like runway show up right there, pointed right at Southern California. 2 problems here. It's a much stronger offshore wind event in Southern California than what we're going to have, and they haven't gotten anywhere near the amount of rain that we've gotten. So if we go back to that map where the National Weather Service is highlighting concerns, there are fire weather watches that they've issued now for Southern California, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. This is a pretty significant offshore wind event for them. We're going to notice it a bit on Tuesday, but it probably will just be a little bit of a blip on our radar. On Tuesday morning, it's going to be a bit breezy, and we've gotten more than enough rain on our landscape. We're not vulnerable to offshore wind events from a fire standpoint, but Southern California definitely is. All right, there's your 7-day forecast. We kind of covered the highlights. Let me just show you the warm-up. I said some places could get to near 70. San Jose, you're one of them. So I'll just finish up with a San Jose 7-day forecast. San Jose is going to go to near 70, as will Santa Rosa. Both of those 2 warmer inland locations, whether it's North Bay or South Bay, get a Wednesday, Thursday time period here near 70. All right, we'll be back after this.